This is weird.
I like it, but I also hate it.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
And welcome to the First Sip. This is a series we do where we randomly select one of these samples from our First Sip sample pool, which is a collection of bourbons and ryes that we've never tried before. So not only is this completely blind, we don't know what's in our glass, but we also have no familiarity with the product whatsoever. Can't wait to get into this. Let's get it on the nose.
All right. This smells like an Auntie Anne's cinnamon sugar pretzel inside a log cabin.
Wow. That is hyper specific and I love it.
And almost... Go on.
I can see you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I also went to a roller skating rink after this. There's a little roller skating rink.
What is that? Is that the wood? Is that the must? Is it the
might be must.
Skates, the leather shoes?
Might be leather and must.
Yeah.
I just got a vision of a roller skating rink.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting fruity, leathery, oaky goodness. It smells good to me.
Yeah, it smells good. Oh no, all of those things I said are good.
Yeah.
When I smell whiskey, I get pictures in my mind.
Yeah.
And that's what I say.
The cinnamon pretzel note is actually really good. I never would have picked up on that on the nose, but I'm absolutely getting it now that you mentioned it. Because I'm getting kind of a fluffy, powdery sweetness. And I think that comes across like a cinnamon pretzel can kind of come across. Yeah, to me, this is just fruity, leathery, oaky sweetness. Smells great. It's pretty prominent in the glass. It smells like it might have a little bit of an edge to it on the palate. But we've had pours act like that before on the nose, and then they act completely wrong on the palate.
Yep.
Let's find out what we're working with.
Wow.
Whoa. That's packing it on the back end.
This girl totally won the limbo at the roller skating rink.
I don't even know what that means, but
I
know what you mean.
I don't even either know what it means, but I know what I mean.
She's packing. That is strong all the way through the palate, but especially on the back of the palate.
But it's it has flavor, I think. But it's just...
It has flavor, I think.
It's
Aaron's Tasting Notes 2022.
Strong. It's just strongness.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting some caramel in there. I'm just getting strong and heat.
It's one of those things where you say, this is actually a really good note from you to say it has flavor, I think, because the experience on first sip is so overwhelming that it's hard to pick apart any flavors that you might be getting because it just runs you over.
Yeah, I think we need a second sip to kind of, now that we've had one and we've acclimated, let's do a second sip and maybe I can taste something.
Yeah, let's get into our second first sip.
It's still pretty strong. I'm getting a little more oak on the kind of front to mid palate. And then I'm getting something on the back end, but I don't know what it is.
Wow, this is an odd pour because it's striking me like it might be a rye.
Really?
Yeah. It's got this bourbony, fruity, appley, cherry sweetness about it. And then it has some of the vanillas that you would get, some of the oaks that you would get in a bourbon, but there's this brightness and this spiciness to it that's making it present kind of like a rye as well. Yeah. I don't know if it's a high rye bourbon or...
On sip 2B, for me, I got some effervescence on the back end.
Yeah.
And I think that's the flavor I was not able to place, even though that's not a flavor.
Yeah. This one's really confusing to me.
It is, yeah.
I'm going to have to spend some time with this. Sounds like you are too.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to do that, and we'll be back with what we fully think about this after we actually figure out what the heck is going on in this glass. Boy, this was a weird one.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
For sure.
Pop our scores up and talk about them. Where are you at on this pour?
So the nose was pretty good. It gets a thumbs up for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. But the rest, it was just meh. The flavor.
Take it or leave it.
I think there was a flavor, but I don't.
Oh, there was a flavor there.
I don't know what it was. There was a flavor, but I can't pinpoint what it was. And the experience was fine. There was an experience. It was just fine.
Okay.
It just wasn't for me, I guess. So just okay.
Yeah. I mean, I personally did like the nose. My notes say that it was like a minty, syrupy sweetness, and it was nice on the nose.
The nose was
It
good.
was a little sharp, but nothing that I would ding it against too much. But the flavors were just not for me. It was sweet up front, but then on the back end, it had like this herbal mintiness that just I could not get behind. And I tried to like it, but it just was not there for me. Herbal and minty.
I'm getting like a cough drop vibe.
Almost like a Ricola, like a type of thing going on.
Yeah, but like not a fruit one.
Yeah, it's not for me. And then on the experience overall, I did like it. I said it had swelling flavor. It did kind of come in on the front of the palate and then swell up mid palate, which I like, into like this rye spice element on the middle of the tongue. And then it had this oaky finish that was pretty good, but ultimately I liked it, didn't love it though. Could kind of take or leave this one, personally speaking. I'm very curious to find out what we've been drinking, so let's get into that now.
Okay.
Price first, and then availability. So number 88 in our first sip key is...
$200.
Whoa.
That's a lot of dollars.
No. Okay, what is it?
4-Gate Burr Rye. Wait, 4-Gate, Burr Rye.
Burr Rye, yeah.
Batch 17.
Whoa.
It's 112.7 proof, and it's thanks to Bill Kavanaugh who gave us a sample.
Wow, thanks, Bill. We may actually have a sample of this from Barry Hawk, too. Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is
interesting because we have recently tried another different 4-Gate.
You probably already saw that, the Port Peri Peri.
Yeah, which is it hit us different. Obviously, it's a different product, but...
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, wow. Yeah, wow is right. So
wow.
To me, I think the rye kind of overtakes the burr in this, and I want a little more burr and a little less rye, personally speaking.
So a burr rye is a bourbon and a rye?
A bourbon rye blend, yeah.
Okay.
So, wow, this is fascinating because this is a $200 bottle.
It's a lot of dollars.
There's many doll hairs, and because of the price being so high, you can typically find these on shelves if you're in a market where 4-Gate gets distributed.
Okay.
It's not like they fly off the shelves at $200, so that is a benefit of them being priced as high as they are. However, you got to know that they're right for your flavor profile because we've had a few now, and this one isn't hitting us as well as you just saw that we would really like it to hit us for $200.
Yeah.
I did think it might be something special on the nose, but ultimately it wasn't quite for me. And then that carried through with the flavors and the experience.
Same.
Wow, very interesting. Let's get into our real world scores where pours around here have to earn the points and their scores by the thumbs up system, which you're seeing over one of our shoulders right now. But based on the price and the availability on this, what is your retail score?
So I'm giving it a thumbs down on retail score. The price is just a little bit too high for me. Even though if it's in our market, it's available, it's $200, a high price tag to pay.
Yeah, and once this batch is gone, there's not going to be another. This batch isn't coming back around.
Correct, yeah.
So I'm a thumbs down as well based on the price and the fact that I didn't like it all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, if I really liked it, the best it was going to get was a just okay anyways.
Same.
Because the price is so high. But I am glad that 4-Gate at least is findable on shelves. With that said, this isn't going to be a spoiler or anything. You walk into a store, you see this exact batch sitting on a shelf for $200. Are you buying it as a consumer?
I am
Would
not.
you buy it in a bar?
I would not.
Would you eat it on a house? Would you drink it on a house?
I would not.
Would you drink it with a mouse?
Sam, I am.
Okay.
I would not eat them in a bar, in a house with a mouse.
So consumer score.
All the green eggs and ham, whatever.
You know it. Yeah, you know what we mean.
Yeah, green eggs.
Consumer score.
Thumbs down.
Okay, and the real world score?
2 out of 10.
So for me, it's going to be a thumbs down on consumer score as well, unfortunately, which puts me at a 2.5 out of 10. Not a great showing for a $200 bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I think because it just wasn't in our flavor profile.
Yeah.
We're not willing to spend the money on it.
Yeah. So I would really listen to what we said during this video. If this is a bottle that you're interested in, if it's available in your local market, I think this is a really good bottle for somebody who really likes a rye forward drink. Like, I thought this was a rye.
But I do.
But you like an earthy rye, and this isn't an earthy rye.
That's true.
This is
That's true.
a little bit more like a minty herbal rye, which is a different thing than an earthy rye or a Kentucky rye that's a little bit more like caramel sweet forward.
True.
This is more in like the herbal minty vein. So if you like herbal and minty, then you might absolutely be bowled over by this because the nose is very good. There's a lot going on there. And if you like a kind of a generally easy sipping experience, but that's not boring by any means, this definitely brings something to the table, but it just, for us, doesn't bring $200 to the table.
I think we've said all we can say about this one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe and you haven't, do that. And you can also hit the bell notification to be notified when we post our monthly live streams.
By the way, I just smelled this. It's getting more syrupy now that I know it's a 4-gate, and it's smelling better. So
the nose is my favorite thing about it.
This is why we do it blind, and this is why we encourage you guys to do it blind as well. That's going to be it for this one. Until next time, be good to each other. And cheers.
Cheers.